Hey everyone, it's Kat and I'm back to give my 1 month update on my project pan. I've actually made a bit of progress, but one thing I like about coming together every month and having to gather the products is I need to actually remember what's in my project pan. This year I've put in a lot and I forgot that I put in a lot. So some things have barely been used or maybe used once. But I've managed to make some progress regardless, which is really good. So the thing that I used up today, which was the prompt of me filming this, is my Smashbox Love Ritual Primer Water. So I used this up today, giving myself a bit of a spritz. Where I was up to last month was there. So I used up probably a good third of the bottle just in a month. It has been hot, so that's that. And what I'm going to replace that with is I'm just working through my old stash of sprays. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Centering Citrus Primer Water. So same thing, different scent. So this is nearly full. I'll mark it up the top. I also have, here we go. I also have an unopened just original scent of this. So this year is going to be the year of panning my Smashbox primer waters. It is what it is. And I mainly use this as the finishing spray, not necessarily a primer water, but you can use it as both. So there you go. So this one is the next one. I think it was last week I used up my foundations. This is my Revlon Colorstay, just the oily combination one. I keep coming back to this formula every few years. I think I've used up at least 6 or 7 bottles in my time. I do think this suited me when I had younger skin a lot more, so I don't love it as much, but I did manage to use it up. It looks like there's a lot down the bottom. There's not though. It's just sort of settled around the sides. So that is done. In my intro, I did foresee that happening. So I introduced my Lancome foundation, which I had in a box and it had been sitting in a drawer for about 5 years. So this was actually unopened and unused and I wasn't sure if this was going to suit me. It's shade 3, apparently a bit dark for me, but I really like it still. Like, it wears really well. And this is probably over 5 years old, to be fair. It wears really well. When I wear this, I have a good day. Like the makeup day, I go to take my makeup off after like 12 hours and I'm like, still looking good, and it's been a hot sweaty day. So this is a perfect time to pan it because it is a great performer in hot weather, and we're in summer in Australia. The thing I'm trying to rummage to find is my Mecca Max lightening drops, I think they're called. Liquid lightener. This is a discontinued product. It's not available anymore. But I'm going to be panning these together because this is a really, really pigmented, cooler toned mixing product that just lightens this perfectly. So to use this, I need to use a tiny pump of this. So these are going to go hand in hand. If I happen to use up the bottle and there's some of this left, it's just going to go in my drawer because it's a really handy thing to have. I'll show you, it's super pigmented. I just need the smallest amount. Like that little dot there, it's quite pigmented. So it doesn't actually change the consistency or water down your foundation by any means. It just lightens it really well. So yeah, this is just going to be used together with it because that's the only way I can use it. If I use this up, awesome. If not, fine. I don't care. I like it. And the last thing I used up was my Pixi powder. So this is the translucent powder. To be fair, this was too drying for me, so I actually used it a lot sparingly than I would normally. And this only contains 5 grams of product. If you've got oily skin, 5 grams of product goes very quickly. So that one's done. I have since been reaching for my Sigma powder. This is a soft focus setting powder. I do much prefer this one. I think it's just a nicer powder and less drying. And this is 10 grams. So there's a lot to go. This hasn't been used all that much. I think I probably have 3/4 of it left, so we'll see how long this lasts me. I did forget until I consulted my list of products that my Nikkia Joy powder was also included in my project pan. I think if I knew that earlier, I would have just switched straight to this instead of introducing the Sigma one, but because I didn't realize, I just had this as my handbag powder, which is good because sometimes you need to sort of blot or touch up. I really like this powder. It's very nice. I'm unsure about whether I should just put it back in my handbag and use it like throughout the year slowly because I usually am at home, so I don't necessarily need to touch up using something in my handbag, but I also like having something there for when I really need it, when I'm out and about. So I might just keep it in my handbag, and if it gets towards the end of the year and it's not done, I will sort of incorporate it as my daily powder, which will mean it will be gone in a couple of weeks. But it's so handy to have in my handbag. And I think this is my only pressed powder I own at the moment. So yeah, I'm not going to rush the progress with this. If there is any progress, I'll have it on the screen. I know I have used this maybe 2 or 3 times in the past month. Before I get on to any more progress, sad news, I've had to declutter my iconic London Chrome Flash eye pot in Mystic. I love the look of this. It's really, really pretty. It is super duper dry. And I did try rehydrating it with Duraline. It did work. I was using a lot of Duraline and I was like, I don't know if it's worth using like a whole bloody bottle of Duraline just to use this up. Then I also realized you can hydrate it with finishing spray. So I was spraying finishing spray in there. But I didn't like the effect of that on the eye. I found that it made things look a little bit like paint-like, and then it sort of looked a bit creasy. So I've just decided to get rid of this. I am actually going to switch in something that is the same product but a different shade. So this is Cosmic, this is Mystic. Cosmic I actually have on my eyes today. It is a lot lighter in color, so it is more of like a light champagne. And for some reason, this is super duper, I don't know if you can see, like, hang on. So still really usable. Whereas the other one's dry. Don't know why I got them at the same time. So just a bit of a switcheroo, and that's the shade there. This is a little bit harder to use all over the lid as a one and done eyeshadow, which is what I was sort of planning on doing with the other one. This is a lot brighter, and really light eyeshadows, they don't really suit my coloring. So I tend to like using it as like a topper or an inner corner highlighter. So that's how I'll be using this. So it's going to take some time, but knowing that this formula is likely to dry out fairly soon, I'm dedicated to using this up this year. So taking one out, putting one in. It is super beautiful though, and that like does not budge. Like once it's set, like it is stunning. So they are beautiful products. My Kaleidos eye primer, this is a tone activator eye primer. I've been using this a lot. I will have weights on the screen. I have no idea how much I've used. Feels really light, feels like there's not much left in there, but I don't know, so you'll know. I've also been using my Nabla Cutie palette. This is in Nude. I hope there's some dents happening in there because I have been using them, especially this shade and these 2 shades. I've been using them very regularly. I actually haven't used them for the past week or so though, because I'm testing another product that I want to do a full face using a brand. So I've been testing a particular sort of cream eyeshadow for that. So this has gone on hold for a week, but prior to that I was using this pretty much exclusively. So hopefully photos on the screen will show some progress, but you know, eyeshadows take forever. It is what it is. I think there's some progress in at least my M Cosmetics blush. This is Magic Hour. I feel like it's a domed blush, obviously baked blush. I sort of feel like there's dots that are forming. I'll have photo comparison on the screen. That makes it look like maybe I'm wearing down parts. Again, I've been trying different things. I was trying the new Glaminatrix cheek products. I haven't done a review on that because I've got so much footage that's jumbled and it's a bit confusing, and it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't want to edit it. I've just been putting it off. So that should actually be up now, but I'm filming this instead. There you go. Anyway, so I have been using it, but not every day, but I am starting to see some progress. I also have the Hourglass one. I think less progress on that because I have been favoring M Cosmetics one for some reason, but I am wearing this one today with the highlighter. Highlighter being Nabla Ozone. Really like this, really beautiful. Matches the eyeshadow very well. So if I wanted to go monochromatic, so which one's which? I don't know. Eyeshadow, highlighter, same sort of frosty light champagne with like almost like a clear base to it. Really pretty, love it, but it's a lot. There's a lot there. I am cursing past me a little bit for putting in 6 eyeliners in your project pan. So if I'm wearing eyeliner 6 days a week, I'm only using these once each a week, which is not enough to see much progress. So I really did myself dirty with that. I wanted variety. I wanted to incorporate color, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it's a year-long project, so I'm going to keep these in. But I am a bit frustrated that you're not going to see any progress on pretty much any of them simply because there's so many of them. The ones I've used the most, I have to say, I've been hitting up the blue eyeliner a lot. So this is the Marc Jacobs Out of the Blue. So I'll put weights on the screen because it is a twist up, but it's not sharpenable. The twist up ones take much longer because you tend to waste a little bit of product sharpening. Fine, whatever. This does have a sharpener on the end so you can sharpen the tip, but again, you're not losing much weight. Whatever, you get it. I have been trying to use the purple one. This one is a little bit drier, so it's kind of hard to use. I've used it probably 3 or 4 times. Probably not enough to see much of a weight difference, but if there is one, I'll put on the screen. I may have sharpened this Maybelline one once. This is such a beautiful color. God, it's a good color. It's this beautiful navy. They're bright navy, gorgeous. I think I've sharpened that, so I'll put weights on the screen. These are the 3. So Mecca Max Brown, Mecca Max Black Liner, and the Rimmel Green. I don't think I've seen enough to bother putting weights on the screen. I will take weight comparisons for future reference, but these are maybe used once or twice each. Really not that much, and it's my own doing. What can I say? My other area of concern is my lip products. Same deal. Same deal. I have one lip liner that I've sharpened once, so I'll have photo comparisons on the screen. I have a lip gloss that I've only used maybe twice because I forgot about it. I've got another lip gloss that I've just had settling on my bench so you can see where it's been marked. Haven't used it much. This I forgot about, lost in a bag, found it and thought, oh shit, I got to start using it. And so I've only used it like 2 or 3 times to make that progress. But this is going to sit on my desk, not come out with me. I'm going to put this on every day. And I feel like if I do that, I'll be able to use this up very easily in a couple of weeks. It's just so damn small. It's also changed colors. If you're wondering, it was a gold. I've been layering it over like red lips and stuff, so it's getting a little bit pink tinged, but the progress is minimal. Liquid lipstick, I think I used once. This red lip, this MAC one that's been going since last year, it is going down. Like that's fully wound up. So this one is one I need to really force myself to use more of because I see the light. I see the light here. Look at me just. I'm dedicated to the cause with that one. Again, that was in a handbag and it wasn't a daily thing I reach for, but it needs to start being. So these 2, they're going on my desk. I do have a mini Charlotte Tilbury. I've actually used this one quite a lot, to be fair. So I'll have progress shots on the screen. It's tiny, but it is quite dark. So I like using this almost like a blotted lip. So I'll put it on and then sort of blot it down. So hopefully there's progress, but whatever. The one I'm seeing most progress on, it's not even my progress, to be fair. It's my Kiehl's lip mask. So this is the butter mask for lips. I put this next to my bed and my kid likes to use it and he will use a lot of it. And I'm just like, go for your life, child, because I'm panning this. I do not care. So yeah, that one will be, there'll be progress there. I can't take the credit for it. The last few items, my Missha primer. Again, I've only used this maybe 4 times. I did try to mix it with the foundation because this has like a pink iridescence to it and it looks white. So I thought maybe if I mix it with the Lancome foundation, it will like brighten it enough that I don't need the color adjusting drops. It does slightly, but I don't really like the consistency it leaves. So this is something that's better to work as a primer. It's just that it's hot and extra layers means extra slippage. So it is, you know, it's going to take a bit of time. That's fine. I've got time. Then I've got my Winky Lux brow gel. I probably used this half a dozen times. So I'll have weights of that on the screen. And then the last 2 things, I've got my little cheek products from Rare Beauty. Virtue is the blush and Magnetize is the highlighter. Again, I will have weights on the screen, but I've only really used those 3 or 4 times, to be fair. I have been testing out other cheek products or leaning towards a powder just because It's easier. I like to try to use up at least one thing every check-in, so I need to be a bit more strategic with what I focus on. Realistically, these lip products could be used if I'm dedicated enough. So I think what I'm going to do is focus on these, and then these should be fairly easy once I get into like the swing of using them every day. They should be used up pretty quickly because they're minis. So these ones I need to sort of put out and really make sure I'm diligent with them. Anyway, that's my check-in for Feb. But let me know how you're going if you're doing a project pan yourself. Are you starting to see progress? Are you feeling a bit overwhelmed? Have you stupidly put in 6 eyeliners and then not even worn eyeliner this week because I'm playing with coloured mascaras and eyeliners detract from the coloured mascara? Blah. Anyway, we've got 10 months to go. We'll figure it out. Let me know how you're going in the comments. Love to have a chat, and a big thank you to my members for supporting my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.